Okay. It's the cast that got you listening. Late nights, early mornings, we stay interested in going to bed or wake up yawning. Go ahead and listen in. Even all day long, they still be watching on their computers and their phones. They stay locked in. It's that Bilingual Podcast where we talking with Big Mo and Platinum Cash.
Hey, thank y'all again for tuning in tonight to the Bilingual Podcast with your host, Big Mo, me, Platinum Cash. We got HD in the house hanging out with me tonight as we get into another great show for you guys. Whiskey Sunrise is the title of the show as we get through the crazy summer with weather and everything that we got going on out here. As we're coming live from P Town, we are scheduled for an hour and a half, as we always do. HD, how was your week?
It was pretty cool, man. Are we recording yet? Are we good?
We're good.
Okay, just checking. It was cool, man. Just another work week, another week. Trying to do some stuff. Nothing too crazy.
Nothing too crazy.
Yeah,
Minimal. Just one of those.
very minimal.
You had one of them cabin fever weeks.
A little bit.
You just stayed in the house and didn't do much.
Nah,
Well, shit, mine's been the same. It's been the same. Actually, the only thing different is I actually made it to all the workouts this week.
Oh,
So
okay.
that was a good one. The kids didn't quite make it to all of them, but that's all right. The ones that did, we got some shots in. What I did start doing though, is I know we got this vacation scheduled, so I said, well, I need to start getting into some kind of beach body shape before I get to this beach here. So
Yeah, what are we doing to get that ready in a couple weeks?
So what I decided to start doing is I just started to start using our own, the shooting machine that we got. Now I'm gonna tell you this right now. The last time I shot more than a practice shooting, like for the kids to shoot some shots up so they can rebound or something, and that's like 10 shots in the practice or something. I ain't shot more than 50 shots in a year. Since I told these kids, I said, since I was like 24. And one kid looked at me, I gave him a year. He goes, I wasn't even born yet. I said, of course you weren't. Right? I was like, man.
That was a form.
So here's the thing. I should have did the warm up. So, I did my little, the old school warm up, start 2 feet, go out, free throw line, boom, boom. That's my warm up. I'm like, I'm good. But what I did not warm up was my lower half. What I did not do was stretch my lower half. Okay, so I go out here and I'm like, you know what? Shoot, kids aren't quite here yet. A few coming in. I'm gonna get my sweat on real quick before the practice start. Man, I tell you this, I got to the first ones. I said I shouldn't have picked around the world. I don't know what I was thinking because I had to move. I had to move this thing. I was like, oh man, I missed a couple balls. I was like, kids, throw those over here. I was like, man, this is crazy. So I get through that one. I'm like, okay, you know what? I got to get another one in, so I don't pick as many shots in this one, or many spots I got to go to. But it's gonna give me more shots because now I don't have to move to many spots. And I'm like, okay. So I'm looking at the timer, and then I can feel my body and my arms and my legs are saying, nah, you are not about to finish this drill. And I'm looking at the timer. I'm like, I still got 6 minutes. So one of my players is walking by, and I'm shooting, and I can feel it's just flat. They're about air ball, barely hit the rim, backboard. I'm like, there is no kind of lift. I can't. My arm is dead. I said, hit that pause button. Hit that pause button. He's like, wait, coach, no, you got 6 minutes. You got to finish this up. I said, nah, hit that pause. We ain't finished this up. So I did. So I was like, okay, that was a good warm up. I decided to do it the next day. Now, the first time we in the main gym, so I got an air condition. Okay, I still was dripping. Like, it don't take much for me to start dripping. So I go into the back where it's a lot warmer. No AC. We got to leave the door open just to get a little draft coming through. And I said, all right, let me get a good sweat in.
Nah, wasn't working.
Man, it worked. I finished 2 of them. Okay, let's put it that way. I finished. But I did 2 days of shooting, got up probably 120 shots. My body feels like I went into a UFC fight and I was just the body bag. Like they just punched me up, bow, 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 bow. And then just say, hey man, you're good to go. Like I'm sitting here like, what in the hell did I do? Like I didn't do nothing. I don't know. But yeah, it's age. That's what happens.
How
And you
how's the
probably do.
shoulders?
My shoulders are fine. That's the problem.
Okay.
That's not even the issue. It's my arms. My
Okay.
arms and my legs. Them calves are like, nah. Nope. Nope. The kid's like, Coach, when was the last time you played basketball? I said when I was 20s. They're like, when you were 20, I said in my 20s. Like it was probably like 24, 25. That was it. It was like injury. And they're like, nah, I ain't finna play. It's like not even the old folks league.
Man, we should done like Hoopla or Hoop Fest, man. We should get a 3-on-3.
Who?
Yeah,
You mean next
you,
year? I just
Big
told you I
Mo.
just finally got up some shots. I ain't shot that many
Yeah.
shots in a decade.
That's
I just got a decade worth of shots in 2 days.
funny. What we got going on today? What's going on?
Well, there's a lot of stuff going on in the news in the
Okay.
world today. I start off locally though.
Okay.
A lot of stuff locally going on outside of well, not really outside of. The main thing that's happening locally is we have a lot of fires. Now, it all goes back to our climate changes and things like that. But as a state that was normally known for its rain and everything, we're consistently having more and more fires than we normally ever have. Like we have 150 fires right now in the state. 150 fires. Now,
Mostly like Central Oregon, right? East Oregon.
yeah, but this they're saying right now this is the most we've had since 2024, and I'm thinking it ain't even hit August yet. It ain't even hit the hottest month,
Mhm.
right? So what is the plan? What can they do to change certain things to keep these from going? Because there's certain fires that they say is like 5%. Like we need to take the water from the floods and bring it up to the fire. Because there's a lot
Yeah,
of stuff
bro.
happening where we need some of that rain.
Like you said, man, climate change. Not much you can do about it. We had the least amount of water rain this past year and stuff like that. The mountains didn't
Sure
get as
did.
much
Yep.
snow, right?
Nope.
So there's no water coming down from the mountains and stuff. So
But you want to know what's crazy? You remember that one year? I don't know if you remember now, but I was driving out to Bend, and you go down past Detroit Lake, and Detroit Lake was like completely empty.
yep.
Like the boats was sitting on sand, sitting on like how people steal cars and they sitting on blocks.
Yeah,
That's how them boats was sitting out there. And I'm
I saw
like,
that.
man, like where is this water at? And they're trying to say like it's way drier than that. I'm like, but there's water in the lake.
No, but the lake is dropping though. The lake used to be up. Like I remember when 10 years ago or whatever, that lake used to be up, and then like you said, I drove by there like 5, 6 years ago, and that lake just dropped to like in the
That's
level.
just crazy, man. And then you got places where they're getting the water levels back or higher than they were before.
Well, you need to join to be a volunteer firefighter, man. Forest fighter.
Hey, shout out to those that are firefighters and those that do volunteer to go help, because that's some crazy stuff. I saw a few people that have lost their lives, battling these fires just over the past couple of weeks.
How do you feel? How do you feel that I think they've been doing like people who are in jail, and they've been making those guys go out there and be firefighters, so they get like less sentence or something like that, or should they be forced to do it?
Well, here's the thing. I think we had talked about this last year because I think that was something that was brought up. And my thing is, well, what if they just took off?
Oh, dude.
But here's the thing: where they just took off and faked their death, like they got caught in the fire, but they really didn't, and then they gone. I mean, they probably hadn't thought about this, but some of them might have. If not, I just gave my idea.
Several of them. There's actually someone who just escaped jail because of that reason. He was on like a work thing, whatever.
Work release.
Work release, and he was.
First of all, how do you get work release in jail? Like, just you're either out. Like, man, you got to go to jail from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Man, just put them on house arrest.
Hey, that's a luxury.
I mean, all day long, all you got to do is just be like, I ain't showing back up, and just be gone.
Yeah, no, some guy just dipped off. And he was known for but he was like a low whatever because he schemed 20 million on people. So
20 million.
Yep.
That's another thing. Like, how do these people get away with taking all this money? And who just is like, hey, you know what? Because I've been having ideas forever, and nobody was like, you know what, Marcus or Platinum? I'm just giving y'all real name and shit. I'm gonna give you your idea is so good. You know what? I'm gonna give you some money because I trust your idea.
Do you know what's
Not
crazy about this one? He did it from most of it. He did it from jail. He was on other charges, and then he
are
was
you
scheming from
kidding me?
jail.
This
Nah,
dude
bro, it was kind of crazy.
uses call.
Yeah,
It was like beep. You got a collect call. Shh. Hey, yeah. Like, or was he one like the dude was saying? The comedian was saying like, "Oh shoot, I didn't even tell y'all. I got to tell you
I
about
was
the
gonna
story
say,
at
yeah,
the
you
beginning.
got that.
I got to tell you about that." But like he was saying, everybody got a cell phone. So what he was just calling from a cell phone in his jail cell, just like, yeah, you know
Yep.
what? And he probably promises because he got all that money coming through. People, he's like, hey man, I can get y'all the money. Give me that phone. Give me the time.
Yep. Well, he probably has a
Man,
burner phone, anyways. Some people get
commissary.
luxury in jail.
Commissary. Some. Okay, I'm gonna talk about the comedian, but I'm gonna go tell you the story. I saw one of these TikTok. You know how these people? Yeah, there's a lot of people out there that do like help people out, like give them money or something like that, and they get the people give them views and how they get their views, and then they use that to go help somebody else.
Yeah.
Well, it was this black kid that was like, you know what? I'm randomly gonna go bail somebody out of jail. Right. So he goes and he
Oh,
bails
I
this
see
guy out
this.
of. Oh, you did see that? He bailed
Yeah.
he bailed the guy out of jail, and there was a black guy. He gets him out. He goes, who the hell are you? And he goes, oh, I'm such and such, man. You know, are you him? And he goes, yeah, I'm him. What are you doing? He goes, oh man, I was just doing you a favor, trying to get you out. He's like, I don't want to get out of there. He's like, what? He goes, no, man, I like it in there. He's like, what do you mean? He goes, I ain't got nowhere to go. It's like that.
Yep.
That's pretty much my home. And he's like, "What you gonna take me home? What you do?" Is like, I don't know you. And he goes, "Well, then why you bail me out if you don't know me and you didn't go help me?" And so he's like, "I'm just gonna walk back in there." I don't know if they just rearrest him or he got to go back out and commit a crime to get arrested. Like, how does that even work? You'd be like, "Listen, he got me out by mistake. He was supposed to get somebody else out. I need to be back in here. Give me back my stuff back. I need that same cell. I need all my stuff the same."
Yeah, I saw that same dude and the guy tripped out in the Sprinter van because they were gonna take him or drive him somewhere and stuff like that. They just flipped out on the Sprinter van.
Like, what? I had never seen anybody be like, "No, man, put me back in there now." Like, I don't
Hey,
know
some
what it.
people there's some people from the streets who do that so they can get fed and have a
No, I
shelter and stuff
understand.
like
I
that.
understand that. But I mean, some people, yeah, you're living better in jail in some cases. You got cable, heat, air
Mhm.
conditioning, food, all the things all the necessities, right?
Mhm.
I guess. And if you really don't care about really going out and doing a whole lot because you weren't doing it anyway, then I guess it's the best fit. I don't know. Some people might get mad about that, thinking you taking advantage of their tax dollars.
Could be.
I don't know. We have to ask the
Big, big,
mayor.
big, Big
We'll have
Mo
to,
wouldn't be happy out there.
we'll have
Big
to
Mo
ask
wouldn't
the
be
mayor,
happy.
Big Mo, about that if that's okay. If he would have said that, would have been cool. He'd be like, "No, get your tail out of here. Go get a job." No, man, I'm coming back in here. This is where I want to be at. He'd be like, "Then change your profession, and then you can become a cop and be in here." By the way, there's a shortage around the country for cops. You ever thought about being a cop?
Nah, man, I'm good off that, man.
Fifty
It's
thousand
not for
dollar
me.
bonus.
That's not for me.
You
I
remember growing
respect
up?
them.
Maybe not you, but they only had like 7 jobs. It was like doctor, lawyer,
Hold up. What do you
firefighter.
mean? What do you mean
Growing
not
up
me?
when you're a
What do you mean
kid,
not me? Yeah.
I don't know. You might have
Okay,
had
go
a
ahead.
different. You might have had different views. I don't know how you. What your thoughts were, because I was Americanized, so they just told us these were the options. Like as I
I
got
was
older, I realized, dang, I could have had a whole different avenue of opportunities and stuff that I could have tried. But
our
nope, it was
joke.
just firefighter,
Our
policeman, doctor, lawyer, teacher. Even
ours is
even a librarian was in there. No, that's obsolete.
not libraries don't exist no more.
There's
What they
only
new?
like 5 librarians.
Nah, ours was you got 3 choices. You got a lawyer, engineer, or doctor.
So look
Everything
at
else
that.
is a failure.
So like
Everything else is a failure.
yeah, you didn't y'all didn't even go low. You're
No,
like
but there's a
we
source. I think the short is some of it's pay, but even though they get paid pretty well, if you keep in the system for a long time, you can get pretty
yeah,
well paid pretty well in a cop. But I think also it's like all the unquote abuse they take and
all the different things
all this
going on.
stuff. Yeah, so it's like as a cop, it's like, do you want to deal with
Oh
that?
yeah, did you see the man? These cops. Man, it's just a lot of stuff going on in the world. Period. I keep saying this almost every week I get on here. It seems like he just keeps on giving, just keeps on giving. Like I keep telling, like I told Big Mo, like it don't even matter if you ain't even trying to find something. It just keeps on happening. It just comes right to you. Like stuff just keeps happening. Like, dang man, really? Why? Why does this continue to happen? Find something different to do.
Mm-hmm.
But here we are on this day. Comedy show. So the wife and I, along with Big Mo's wife and daughter, went to go see Mojo Brooks. If you guys have never seen Mojo Brooks, you have to check out all the, I mean, a lot of social media reels and different things that he's got out there with his comedy on it. And I started watching him probably about I'm a big Nate Jackson fan, and he came on something that when Nate Jackson had some kind of Netflix special or something. I don't know what it was, but I saw him on there and I was like, okay, the dude seemed pretty funny. His laugh was kind of like, okay, man, kind of, you're like, but then you kind of get in it. Yeah, then you like, okay, it's pretty funny though. And so you're like, okay, let me see if he actually got comedy. And so the dude, I mean, the comedy show by itself was hilarious. The opening act, I think the dude's name was like Moneybag something. But he's a friend of his from Chicago. Hilarious. The other guy, the middle guy, was pretty funny too. But him and then Mojo, by far hilarious. Got to go see him if you get an opportunity. But I would not pay $1,000 per ticket, like some people were trying to sell them out here. But I understand. I can understand how the price could have got up that way. As I was telling my wife, I wouldn't pay for it. But what I can see is I can see how I got to that because I told her he ain't coming back out here and performing at no Helium. So the next time you see him, it's gonna be in a bigger stage or bigger spot.
Wasn't this his second time out here or no?
No, first time he's ever been to Portland. Okay. Yeah, it's first time he walk out. He's like, all right, yeah. Oh, okay. How y'all VIP doing? Y'all pretty close. Yeah. Wait, is this my whole stage? He's looking around. He goes, this shit ghetto. he was just going off. He's like, man. He goes. He looked at his DJ. He said, man, I thought we made it. He said, I thought we made it. Look where we at. We at the Helium? What? But man, it by far was one of the funniest shows I've seen. I love comedy shows. Yeah, that's like one of my main things to do is go see a lot of the comedians. The laugh is everything.
He's funny, man. He's funny. So, do you know his backstory?
Not the full thing. He went over just a brief.
Like it was like, so he got into comedy kind of like going back and forth. He had like a lot of odd jobs, and then there was this time where he was a security guard for like high level security guard for some company, and like he was making good money and stuff like that. But then he got booked on a gig, and he was trying to get days off. And then basically he told, like, I mean, he was like up there. He went from like, middle level security to like running like the security company. Okay. And he was trying to get off, and they were like not letting him. And he basically just told him off and just said, "F you," and then he said, "Oh, I'm just gonna go to my comedy show." And like he took this big risk. So it was pretty funny. I don't know. That was like the gist of it.
It sounds like that's like the story of a lot of comedians, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I was on my last this, or nobody saw me, and next thing you know, boom, this happened. I told this joke, and then here I am. Or one person thought I was funny here, and then next thing you know, which is kind of crazy because it's kind of like it kind of feels like people just jump on board because all of a sudden now you're funny because you've been funny, right? Mm-hmm. To this certain group of people that liked you, but then all of a sudden now you're more funny because you were in this one show, or you were with this, on this Netflix special, but you've always been touring and doing shows, but then all of a sudden, boom, the eyes actually got on you, so you get to blow up. But a lot of comedy is it seems like it's a hard thing to do, but once you kind of get going with it, it just goes with the flow. I like the ones that have kind of feed off the audience, so you can't really make up your punchlines. Your punchlines have to come boom right off the top of your head. So I like to go see a lot. Yeah, I like to go see a lot of those. he was up there talking about, girls stuff and everything, and there's a pastor, and he goes, "Hey, OG." He's looking at him. He goes, "Hey, what do you do?" And he goes, "I'm a pastor." He goes, "Well, pastor, what do you tell your congregation on Sunday that you was up here on Friday listening to me talk about, girls beep is a beep, and you just having a fit and laughing about it?" And he goes, "Oh, I don't know." And he goes, "Well, what's your name?" And he goes, "Dwight." And everybody in the crowd, "Dwight around your name." And he goes, Mike Epps, when everybody say that, he said it again, so everybody said it. And he goes, "Oh yeah." And he goes, "So is this the first lady?" And he goes, "Well, this is the second first lady." And he goes, "Well, where's the first one? She still going to the church?" And he goes, "Nah, she left. She went to a whole other church." He goes, "So where'd you find this one at? Was she a member in the church already?" He goes, "No, she came later." And he goes, "So she stood up. It was like, 'I want to join your congregation.' You said, 'Yeah, you right there. You gonna be my first lady.'" He goes, "No, it didn't happen like that. It didn't happen like that." He said, "Okay, pastor. Okay." But it was
Nice.
it was a good time. Like I said, people were trying to sell them tickets for $1,000. Like
I saw
that's
that.
that's insane. I mean, I wouldn't pay $1,000 for that. But he was funny. I paid what I paid for it. I'm glad that I paid that amount. But it would have been tempting. I mean, definitely tempting over 250. Like, $1,000, I can go fly to see him somewhere else. Shoot. He's like, "What? We'll go see him over here. It's cheap." All right, man. Out of the local news into some other stuff that's going on. Actually, this is actually, where am I at? I'm over in China. So this Chinese man faked his own death by staging an elaborate funeral and climbing into a coffin, but he never was actually into the coffin. So he faked the whole funeral. He climbed in there like he was fake like he did. They went to go bury him. He climbed out before they buried the actual casket. Okay. So the reason he did this is he was he was in trouble because he got busted for a DUI, and this was a second time. So he's about to go to jail and get jail time, and then also pay more stuff and fines. So instead of doing that, and when I first saw this, I was like, this dude had to try to kill somebody or kill somebody, right? Like, why are you going to that much of a, wait, that far, right? So I'm like reading, I'm like, this dude had 2 DUIs, and he went this far to try to, and guess how long he got away with it for?
A year?
He just got caught back in April of this year, to April 27th of this year. He just got caught. So he went for over a year. First of all, why are you still there?
Oh yeah, I'm dipping.
What? Why are you still there? You got, first of all, you get away with it for the first day. I'm like, oh, nobody know I'm here. Day 2, oh, still quiet. A week, you moving normal almost. It's been a month. Now he just acting normal, like he's still up in the streets. They like, "Hey man, I thought you was dead." Nah, I'm still out here. A whole half a year. All right, I gotta go. It's been real. I'm out. I would have been gone day 1, but after 6 months, he's still there. A year. Okay, year goes by. He's still kicking it. Like, he did not leave. Like, I don't understand what he thought was gonna happen or how far he thought he was gonna get by just staying in the same place. And he didn't even move like out of the city. Better yet, leave the country. He didn't move out of the city. Like, I understand there's a lot of people in China. Like, I understand that. Like, you can get lost. Like, I understand that there's a lead, like, they ain't gonna never find me here. Like, I understand that you thought that. But apparently they did. So now, instead of for a DUI, instead of for 2 DUIs, now you get to go to jail for faking your death, eluding the police. Like, now you got all these extra charges. Now you in there for a long time. I don't know how their charges go in China, but you in there for a minute. You might have to lose an arm or something.
So are you faking your own death for like a murder trial? Like, let's say you're gonna go to prison and stuff. Are you gonna fake your death?
What?
Are you gonna fake your death though?
What?
Are you gonna pick your death though?
No,
Are
I
you
heard
gonna
what
pick
you
your
said.
death
I
though?
heard what you said.
Yeah. And where you're gonna go?
No, see, you can't say all that stuff because then
What?
now people be like, I heard on that thing that he said he gonna go here if he did this. I don't know. You know what? I've seen some stories of people that try to fake their death and get away with it. I'm just trying to think like with the
Would
way
you
that
attend your funeral?
the technology is and the way that certain stuff is, there's just no way you can do it.
Yeah, go somewhere in Africa or Southeast Asia.
You gotta have money. You gotta have money already stashed or
Yeah.
something. Yeah, but there's no way.
Get on a boat.
There's no way. Especially with now they got all these face recognitions and stuff. You're going to have to go and do a whole new face change, eye change.
Would you attend your funeral?
Nah.
Nah.
No, why you showing to see if anybody showed up?
Yeah, you're gonna see who shows up and who did it.
Nah, I'm good.
Okay.
Because then you'd be mad. Then you'd be like, since I'm dead, I can go mess some people. You be standing over there when they sleep and be like, what? I thought his ass was dead. And then you gone. Scaring the mess out of people. Nah, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't go back. That's crazy.
Fair.
I just can't believe this dude risked that much for just. I mean, obviously, the DUI, 2 of them, yes, their second one is going to be bad, but it's not worth risking your funeral and all that, and then getting away with it and then not using it. I bet there's people are like, man, he just wasted a freebie.
I mean, the laws in private China are very strict, though. I'm guessing.
Yeah, but
right. So, but yeah, I got to make sure I'm leaving. Let the wind, cool down a couple weeks, and then I'm staying indoors, and then I'm moving at nighttime, and probably going to some village, change my name.
Okay. So I'm gonna transition here. I'm going to events. You got concert events, you got sporting events, you got all these different events, and a lot of things happening. People doing different shit. In Baltimore, there was a recent Morgan Wallen concert. Shout out Morgan Wallen. You might want to pick up one of these tracks that I got. Holla at me. There's a guy, they were a family. It was him, his wife, I believe, and like his niece or something like that. And they were at the concert. They were enjoying the concert. There was a guy above them, I believe, that was a little bit belligerent. He was, bumping into them or something like that. And then as the concert is going, as there was a little bit of back and forth, but then it kind of tailed off, the guy decides to pull out his ding-a-ling and pee on them at the concert.
No way.
At the concert, right? Now, any other
I'm going to jail.
Any other person that would have got peed on, there probably would have been a confrontation. I'm just saying that there would have been a confrontation. But apparently on this night, this guy decided to do the right thing. Went and reported him to the cops. Or security. Security looked at him and they told him, we can't do nothing. He said, you can't just pee on people at the concert. And they said, sir, we have no proof. There's pee on my legs and on my clothes. Sir, we have no proof. We cannot do anything. So my thing is saying, so now this just got away with it. Now you're going to have dudes at concerts peeing on people. Okay. Now I don't know what nationality the guy was that peed on the other guy. The other guy that got peed on was white. Now I don't know the nationality of the guy that peed on him. But if that is you, and you are at a concert, and somebody decides to go ahead and whip their thing out and pee on you, what are you doing?
I'll tell you this: when I'm not doing, going to security guard. I'll tell you that.
What I'm not gonna do is I'm not gonna tell the security guard. Oh
I mean,
man.
I guess we're both getting kicked out. I'll tell you that.
Like I really don't understand what is going through people's minds that you just do the most stupidest things. Like what is the purpose?
Mhm.
Like what is your purpose?
Mm.
Like obviously you didn't need to be at the concert that night, guy. You should just have stayed home because apparently you weren't there to have a good time.
Hey, some people act differently. You know, some people can't
As
act
he
in
said
public.
last night, you let the liquor talk. Yep, sure did. He sure did. And he let it out on all those other people watching the show. Morgan Wallen should reimburse that guy his tickets. Send him out to another one. That was a
No.
pissy situation. So, in the other news, now I'm going to go over to baseball game. National anthem is going. There's an elderly Vietnam vet, and then there's a younger
Oh, I
guy.
saw.
That's a Cubs game, and he decides that he doesn't want to stand up for the national anthem.
Yeah.
Okay. Vietnam vet says, "Hey, you need to stand up. It's your country. You need to stand up and represent your country in the national anthem." He said nothing to him. He just didn't stand up. So since he ignored him and didn't stand up, old man slapped him in the back of his head. Bow. Like your mom used to do back in the day. My mom still does. You got a duck. You got reflexes. The kid, well, I don't know if it's a kid, but younger guy did nothing. Okay, nothing was done. Eventually, they talked it out. The guy apologized, and then the younger guy bought him a beer. HD, you were at a baseball game.
Nope. I'm telling you, man, I gotta get slapped too. Hey, bro, no, nothing. What do you mean? I get you can have your opinion, right? You can have your opinion, but bro, you're not slapping me. Especially your old white dude,
What?
bro. No, bro.
What? This is what I'm coming back to. What is going on? Like, what do people think that they could just go around just doing anything they want to do without any kind of repercussion? Now, luckily, that guy was nice. Now, what if that guy was a nice old man and he turned around and knocked you out?
Mm.
Now he's going to jail, possibly, even though you hit him on top of the head 1st.
Mm-hmm.
But now you could be suffering something medically, right? Because of what had happened.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of your own aggressions towards whatever you felt like should have been right.
Mm-hmm.
And then he turns around and says, well, yeah, I fought in the wars and stuff, but I did fight for the same reasons, and that's for his right to decide what he wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, after you did that, that's what you decided? Like, nah, man. Like, you can't just go around hitting people in the back of the head. I don't care who you think you is.
I think people misinterpret what a national anthem. Like, you know, the funny thing about national anthem, I've told people this is that, like, you know, the national anthem never played before sports until after September 11th in 2021, not 2021, 2001, right? So before that, we've never had national anthem playing before games, right? And so now after that, everyone started, you know, playing the national anthem before sports events, and then everyone talks about, oh, we fought for your freedom to do whatever. Well, if this person's freedom wants to sit down, he can sit all the way down. And the funny part is most countries don't do the national anthem unless it's what's it called? Yeah, Olympics and stuff. Bye. Bye. I'll see you tomorrow. Sorry, my niece.
Yeah, you good.
But yeah, it's the Olympics and stuff. Most countries don't do that, so it's weird when people say, like, people always stop at from other countries like, "Where are you guys playing that anthem right now?" It's weird. But back to that dude, it's right for that kid to sit down. I mean, it's not like he was protesting it; he was just sitting down. A lot of people sit down.
Yeah.
You know, and I hate to say it, man,
you don't know what his mood was. Dude could have been hungover still, or dizzy, or he just didn't want to stand up,
or he couldn't stand up. You don't know that. So, like,
that would have been messed up. He said stand up, and he ain't got no legs. Oh man.
So yeah, I have a problem with that. So, like, when people say that, so I'm like, well, who cares, man? Like, if that's their right, that's what they stand for. So,
wow, man, just putting hands on everybody. Bow, bow, bow. Old dudes.
Ooh, I got it. I got a story I sent you
What
guys. That one with the AAU team. Remember
the
we
the
said so. I
the
said
the, the dude that was 21 or 20 that was 14?
no. That was funny though. That was the one here in Portland. That's local news though, right?
Oh yeah.
No, but the one that in those kids from DC, they flew to Florida,
Oh, that Rob,
and
the
yeah,
7-Eleven?
so they went there. So here's the story. I looked into it more,
Okay.
and so they flew into from
Well, give
DC
the
to.
whole the whole story part. The people don't know.
So there's a group of kids who, for AU, flew into Florida from DC, and they're there for AU tournament, but they flew in ahead of time before their coach. And so they landed, got an Airbnb, and then they were supposed to go to another Airbnb to meet up the coaches. Well, the coaches' flights got delayed, so they're wasting time. They said, "Oh, let's go to 7-Eleven." At it was late night.
Hmm.
Um, so it was five of them that went to 7-Eleven and then ran there. Now, went to 7-Eleven and, basically stole food, right? Candy or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, the total of the stealing was about $38. Total, $38. Crazy, huh?
Okay.
Yeah. Left, they called the cops. Cops ended up finding them, three of them, right? And then this is when the coach finally got back into town, got back into town from his flight. And then the cops called him and they said, "Well, this is what happened. And I know there's five of them. Where's the other two?" Well, as a coach, he was like, "I don't know." He tried to play dumb and say, like, "I don't know where these kids are." And like, "I
Yeah.
got to find them. Da, 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 da."
Yeah.
So they ended up arresting the coach because
Just
they said that he was lying to him, to the cops and stuff like that.
okay.
And they called one of the moms, and then the mom ratted out the other two kids. So they were able to find those kids,
Right.
right? Arrested the kids, and then let rest of the coach for lying to the cops. Here's the issue. So you got five kids, black kids under 18, and you got the coach who's, he's probably in his high 20s or 30s, black coach, right? All got put to jail and got blasted on the internet by the sheriff with their pictures and everything like that, with all these charges for $38.
Okay. First of all, they shouldn't even have their faces on there if they're minors,
Correct, they're minors.
right? And
Yep,
names.
correct.
So he's probably gonna get, well, not probably, but there's probably gonna be some kind of repercussions on that part. But when you said the amount, okay, when I first saw it, it said armed robbery,
Yeah.
right? So when I'm thinking armed robbery, I was like, they went in and took money out of the thing, robbed them for the money, and
Hmm.
left because they didn't
Food.
have money. But then you
Yeah.
say
No.
$38.
Hmm.
You don't even go to jail for $38. Like that's
Yep. Like,
y'all wasting your own time and money. Like
here's
y'all
the.
here be like $38. Okay, there's a citation. Okay, you can't steal. Obviously, you can't. Right?
Mhm.
There's a citation. Boom, pay that. You don't show up for court, then that's on y'all. Right?
Mhm.
I mean,
Here's a catch. It's in a county called Polk County in Florida that is known for like very strict stuff and like racist stuff going on. And so like everyone was talking about like, oh, no one goes to Polk County anyways. Like that sheriff is known for like doing some outrageous stuff, especially to African Americans and stuff like that.
huh?
So yeah, so it's
Interesting.
crazy.
I wonder where
Yeah,
that story's gonna go and where it ends at because that just seems like way too much stuff for $38. Like people be doing way
oh,
more than that and
cra-
be out tomorrow or be out the minute they get arrested.
crazy. It was like he sat there in front of a camera and said like posted on IG, the sheriff, and put everyone's picture, all the kids' pictures, all up, and read off each kid's charge. Then put the coach's charge and read them off. And then he was like basically blaming the coach. And he said, "Well, they're not going to." He goes, basically goes, "We don't do this in our county, so I don't know what you guys do up in DC, but this ain't happening with us."
Oh no, nobody stole from the 7-Eleven before. Get out of here, man. Like they're the first people to steal from 7-Eleven. I'm grown, but
Yeah.
I've stole from a 7-Eleven before too. Y'all
So
can't, y'all can't come
as
back and
much
get me for that.
as much as we say it, right? Like people are going to be still the same way in those counties and stuff like that. I mean, you're talking about for $40.
Man.
They're not making their
I
they're not making
mean,
their 90 game.
shoot. I think that's the last thing they worried about. They just shoot. They let me get out of jail. They're like, dang, we in jail for the whole week for
It was
$38.
one of the circus teams too from the Puma circuit.
Oh dang.
Yeah.
Ooh. Well, also, come on, kids, y'all got money. They got
Come
money.
on. But is that the same thing you talked about? Like kids always just ambush area and stuff like that. Like, okay, you're a coach, so you flew in, you watched over kids. Like, are you ratting your kids out? Stuff went down. Three of them got caught, and then the other two haven't got caught. And the cops asked
Well,
you, "Are
first of
you
all,
taking?"
I just got into town, so I'm finding out just like you. So where they at? Let's go find them.
Yeah.
But nah, I'm gonna be like I'm trying to find out just like you, and I'm not going to jail. I know that. I ain't finna go sit up in no jail. Absolutely
Yeah.
not. Me and Joe have an allergy.
I bet.
No, allergic to that. I ain't that dude. I don't
So
need
if
to
you,
go up in
but
there.
let me ask you.
I
So if
need
you
to be
knew,
out.
but if you knew where your kids are, would you? Are you talking? You're ratting them out.
I plead the fifth.
Yeah.
I ain't snitch bitch mode, but I plead the fifth.
Also, we're gonna go. Big Mo's gonna is gonna rat every single one
I just let him tell it. You be like, yep, they right here and right here because I told them they could have just went ahead and used their Apple Pay. Yep, they up in here acting like they ain't got no money,
Okay,
running around with $1,000 jeans on, stealing
that's true.
stealing $2 pieces of candy. Come on.
Yeah, but they probably sold that jeans too. But anyways, that's a different
They probably did.
story.
Probably did. The bigger story than that is what kind of we both touched based on a little bit back and forth, and I wanted to bring that up because I think that's going to be one of these big stories. When all is said and done, the story was about the woman who found the guy underneath her 13-year-old daughter's bed,
Mm,
and then he got his stuff and he walked out the door, and then the mother at that time shot him, and she ended up shooting him in the back of the head and killing him. Uh, so the background to the story is the daughter knew the guy. She invited him over. Didn't tell the mom, obviously. She's only 13. This guy is like 20, 21, is what they were saying. Um, she had no clue who he was. So when she's caught him under the bed, obviously, just like any parent, especially a single mom with a grown ass man underneath your daughter's bed, who your daughter is 13, you're gonna have some kind of reaction. Now, when I first heard the story, my reaction was, okay, that made sense. Like, there's a dude underneath the bed. She caught him. He got up. She shot. Right? Like she's scared. Okay, boom. Right? I did not know that she. I don't know if she allowed him or he just grabbed his stuff and he went out the door. And maybe the way they say it, you know how people write different things. He walked out. I don't think he just walked out. Right? Because I'm pretty sure she was screaming and stuff. And he probably grabbed his stuff and he was running out. And then in her reaction, as he's running out, fired. I don't know how. That's just my story. I don't know how that works. I'm just saying how that could have happened. And he ended up dying from that injury. So now she is getting charged, possibly with the murder. And we're finding out now that the kid, well, he's not a kid, the young man had special needs. Okay, some people are making that as an excuse for him to be with a 13-year-old. Okay, and at that house at that time of night. And so it's not really his fault per se. It's more of he really didn't know in an unlucky situation. How do you feel about the story? How do you feel the outcome is going to be? And what do you think the outcome should be?
I think we talked about. I think it's gonna be a tough one. Like I think I brought up like
Yeah.
stand your ground, right? But then you talked about he was walking out or running out, either or, so he shot him in
Yeah.
the back. But we'd be seeing stuff in stand your ground that people's gone off that way, right? Especially in the South.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's gonna probably be guilty of a very lesser charge because at the end of the day, it's a death.
Mm-hmm.
So like you're not gonna be like manslaughter or something like that. It might be like third degree. But it's I think it's a normal. I can't just say normal. It is a reaction of a parent, especially a single mom, deal with a daughter,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like, what's the grown man doing here? Do
Yeah.
I think it's an excuse? It's hard because if you say if he had a disability, their mindset is at a younger age. So that's hard to say that like
Correct.
that's whatever. But
But
I
in the
can't
moment,
fault. I
yeah,
can't
but
fault
in the
her.
moment, how's she gonna know your
Yeah.
special needs in that particular moment? But they're just saying it after the fact to make it seem like she's that bad of a person. Like, oh, I mean, you shot him and he had special needs. Like she knew in that moment that this dude that was seeing her young daughter had special needs. It's not like she knew that. And everything probably happened a whole lot faster than we're explaining it.
Yeah, I think that's almost any natural parent's reaction. I'll be honest with you. Because
Yeah.
you're not talking about like dads who say that about their daughters.
Yeah.
Like anyone touches my daughter, I'm going to kill you, especially ones with guns, right? So like, I think
I got nunchucks, but yeah.
you ain't doing shit with those nunchucks. But like, I don't know if she's gonna get like she'll get some jail time, but I don't know how much. And I don't think anyone. And I think that's just because of the law. But I wouldn't be surprised also if she gets off. You know, I wouldn't even get mad, right? Like I hate to say it, even though it's like if that was my son or whatever. Obviously, it's a sad situation, right? But like on her side, it's like, damn, that was my 13-year-old daughter.
Yeah, I guess my background of this is how does he get into the house? Like, how do you not know somebody coming in your house? I know,
But she wasn't home, right?
No, she was. I don't know if she was home. I could be wrong. Okay, I could be wrong. Maybe she got home and he was there and he hid under the bed, thinking he could hide from her, and then that's how she caught him.
Mm-hmm.
That could have been the case. I don't know. Right.
You saying you never snuck into a girl's house when you were in high school?
Yeah, things were different back then.
That's true.
Hey, everybody ain't got no ring camera. Everybody ain't got no ring camera now. Like the neighbor's been untold on you in 2 seconds. Oh yeah, I saw him going over there. Look, I got him on camera right here.
That's true. That's true.
Or they already got the cameras, or in their house on the ring. Like everybody has something, or not everybody, but a lot of people do. And so you got to because now in this day and age, you got to be able to see everything that's going on. Where back in the day, it is what it is. It happened. It happened. I'll see you when you. Like the best thing I seen was this dude had a TikTok. He was like back in the day, and he was like riding. He's like, "Bye, mom. I'm taking off on my bike." And then he goes, "You got a cell phone?" He goes, "What? I don't need no cell phone." He goes, "You don't have a tracker? Like they don't know where you're at? You're just gonna be able to ride your bike away, and they're not gonna follow you and know what you're doing? Nah." And it was the thing about it. I was telling people, I was like, "Yeah, I used to do that. Just be gone. These kids, you got to know everything they doing because they don't even know what they're doing." But this situation is gonna be interesting because man, it all comes down to the shooting in the back as he's leaving. I think that's gonna come down to that big deal. And she's gonna have to have a pretty good lawyer. And somebody's gonna pick it up because it's a big case. So somebody up there is gonna pick it up and try to see if they can win. So they can, step their level up.
I think it's gonna be a hung jury.
It might be because they're both black.
Yeah, but a hung jury because you don't know what direction you're gonna go. Like people are
But
like, "Oh yeah."
but that's what I would say on that situation though, and in that case because they're saying, well, but then in the outcome of it, the daughter is mad at the mom, obviously, because that was her dude, and you killed my guy. So, and then the mom's in jail on $100,000 bail, still there.
Pretty low. I ain't gonna lie.
That's why I don't think that they're going to charge her with anything big. Because if it was something big, they would have had her like $1 million.
Yeah, 100,000 is pretty low, especially for a murder or a shooting.
That's why I think if it is, that's what they're going to judge on that. Or it may be like, she'll get jail time, but like a minimal, like 5 to 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
Even though that's still ridiculous.
So with all the facts that you know now, what if you're on the jury? What are you going? Like, what direction would you go?
Man, that's one of my things I would like to be on a jury for a murder, but they won't let me do that. They keep giving
Are you a felon?
No, they just don't ever call me. I don't ever get invited. Like the wife, father-in-law, they always get them. They don't want to go. I'll be like, "Can I use y'all's and go?" But I already know the minute I go in there, I'll be like, "Nah, you can go ahead and go home. We don't need you in the jury."
I had a jury selection that counts me out for one just recently.
Yeah.
I sat there
I'm
and
trying to be on it.
Yeah.
But I kind of would have. I gotta hear more details of what
No,
she
I said
thought. I gotta hear her. I gotta hear her side, like her coming in and all the stuff that happened in the moment. Did she already have a gun? Did she run and go get the gun and then go and confront him, or did she get it as he was running out because she was scared? Like, how did that happen? Like, how did you get a gun? Where did that come from? I guess that would be part of my conversation because I want to know, because if you already had the gun going into the room, then he already knew you had the gun and he already been scared, and then he's already leaving. Now, if you ran into the room, you saw him get up and you ran and grabbed a gun and you were scared and you fired, then that puts him in a different mood, in a different setup. So it's kind of hearing her story and actually knowing what happened. Now, if she listened to me, she'd probably go with my second one. if I'm her. But you got to hear her story and see what I think I'd have to hear her story in totality and hear exactly what happened. And then, you got to hear the daughter. Unfortunately, she's 13, but you got to hear her story. You got to hear what was going on with you and him, why you got involved with this guy, and why your mom didn't know.
That's crazy.
Well, I know why you didn't know, because you knew he was old.
Correct. So you're saying that your own daughter could get you jail because she can come up with the toilet resort.
That's crazy. That's crazy. You just got home from work or whatever you was doing, and now you are that's just crazy. Things happen that quick. Seconds change your life. You whole lifetime to lose it in seconds. You work a whole lifetime to lose it in seconds. Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting case down the line. Way more stuff to come from that. I'm going to North Carolina now. This is happening way too much, man. It's happening way too much to the point where I'm like, who really can you trust? Former North Carolina high school counselor arrested for allegedly sending her explicit photos to multiple students. Multiple students. Not just one. She said, I'm going to get the whole crew, the whole team. Leslie Land. Whoa, they give you the full name.
Damn, you put a name. You put a name out there, huh?
They have her here. On the right path during their formative years. However, Leslie Bryant, of a former high school counselor from North Carolina, did anything but that. She was arrested on 2 counts of indecent liberties and second-degree exploitation of a minor in a relation to incidents that allegedly transpired back in November 2025. 37-year-old teacher. 37-year-old teacher. She was sending them Snapchat pictures, videos, explicit sexuality. I'm just confused. I'm highly confused here. This is your counselor. So you're in there talking, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, you know what, Steve? I know what I can do to fix that. Like, what? I'm just trying to figure out, like, what is happening here that you are missing at home or as an adult that you got to get fixed through the teenagers or these minors?
Do you think it's more because that we're hearing it because of social media itself? Like, it didn't happen back in the day, or people?
It was happening back. It was. I can tell you for sure it was happening back in the day. Like, I know. We were at teachers' houses back in the day. That's how crazy I know. I know for a fact it happened. I didn't know, like,
damn, that's crazy.
Like, it wasn't happening like that. Like, I wasn't doing none of that. But we were at teachers' houses. Like, we go over there, food, games, kicking it. Teachers' houses. Now, was it against the rules? Probably so.
Probably. 100% it is. What are you talking about?
Teacher took me, she picked us up, took us to get ice cream and a drop top and all that. Yeah.
So that's, yeah, she was yeah.
Now in my head, I'm like, yeah. It's fun, but
more.
In her head, she should not be thinking that.
Was more what I'm noticing more, and that could be different, but I've seen a lot more females now.
Correct. That's what I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Like, what is This is like, I mean, it's been happening, but it's getting more and more and more and more.
Yeah,
And it's just
usually I've been seeing.
more out in the open, I guess, or more.
Yeah.
Maybe it's more of these dudes are telling now. Maybe that's it.
Well, is it more of an access? So like back in the day, you wouldn't have sex, like no Snapchat, there's no social media, there's no
No,
access. Like
no,
at
you're
the
right.
at the end of the day, you got to catch them in the streets, or you got to call their house phone, right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, are you gonna really call their house phone? It's like, yo, Miss Henry, like, can I talk to Jimmy? Nah, bro. Like, what do you mean? Who is this? Like,
Well, is he in
like,
trouble? Like, what happened? I gotta talk to him.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, or you can catch them in the streets and walk around. Nah, So like, I think the access to people to like minors is more, right? And so you might, like I think you guys were talking about, like now you got France, UK, Australia who are catching up the access to like social media until you're 16, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's
But
more the
like I was
accessibility.
telling Big Mo, it doesn't matter. You're just gonna put whatever you want on there. Just like these girls online are catfishing and saying, I'm actually 18 or 20 and you're actually 14, 15. Right.
Mhm. Who should get in trouble with that? Who should get in trouble in that situation?
Well, first of all, it should be the person that puts it on. You can't. Here's the thing: you would want to say the parents, but the parents, even if you're on there and you monitor it and you say, hey, I'm not on, you're not on there, they can go right behind you and switch it back to whatever age you want. Like you can go check. She's gonna check it. Okay, boom. Look, yeah, it says I'm 13 on there, and then you're like, okay, and then I'm back to 19. Like they can just change it anytime. So it could be, you can say it's the parents. The parents can only do so much hovering, I guess you want to call it, or checking up or following
Mhm.
through, making sure they're doing all the right things and crossing, dotting I's and crossing T's. You can only do that for so much. Like you can't be there 24/7. And the
Mhm.
internet is up 24/7. And the internet is always looking. It is always, it's called social for immediate for a reason. It's always looking. It's always available for you to be socially available to talk to somebody or something. And so they just it made it so that there's nobody to ever feel like they're lonely. You should
Mhm.
never feel like it. Is what it's supposed is how it was built is supposedly.
Mhm.
But yeah, man, I really want to know what, like I really want to sit down and be like, what were you thinking? Like what is it that you were trying to get out of it? Like what satisfaction are you missing in your life, counselor? As you have a therapist talk to you, because I'm trying to figure out what what was it? Was somebody not listening to your feels? I
Yeah,
feel.
maybe they feel neglected. Maybe there's a fetish. Maybe it's
That's what I'm saying. I want to know what it was because it's happening quite a bit more, but I'm trying to figure out, like, is it just because now we're not going for older guys, we're going to go for the younger guys now? Like, what this is not even younger guys, these are minors. So I'm like, what are we trying to figure out?
that's a hard one. I mean,
Just
yeah.
just testing the waters, see what we can get away with. And it's happening a lot, period. But a big time out here in the these areas over here in Portland, or not Portland, but just in Oregon. I'm like, what is going down? Oregon and Southwest Washington stuff. Like, what is going down over there on that little river area?
It's in the water.
St. Helens down there. Some teachers got busted up. Then they went right down the road to the next school up there. And I'm like, what is going on? Kelso or whatever out there. Like, y'all I don't know what is going down. Maybe it's just that whole little area, got a ring. They're gonna bust
I
y'all.
did. I mean, I seen it across the U.S. Don't get me wrong. I think it's just more of, like I said, accessibility. I think obviously some people had thoughts probably in the past years, but now their accessibility is so easy now that they can act on those thoughts,
But here's the
regardless.
thing: even though your accessibility is so easy, so is your traceability.
That is true. I agree with that statement.
Right. The minute
Correct.
you go on to that, or the minute you sent that thing, now it's forever seen. Now it's forever. Now they like, look at Miss Such and Such. Now everybody else seen it around the school. That's how it went around. And it was like, dang, she sent y'all that. And they're like, yeah, watch her send me this. Oh, wow. And now they having a sleepover. And now they watching Miss Such and Such on the snap at the house. They're like, dang, that's crazy, man. Yo, bro, check this out. Yeah. Now they living it up. And then somebody probably walked in, like, who's that? Oh shoot. And then boom. That's how it went down. And they got busted up. And she was like, I told y'all. No, I told y'all. Why you sending? Why are you sending those? Thinking like you ain't finna get caught. Like that's what I'm trying to. You're sending these to kids. Like you're not gonna get caught, and like they're not gonna repost that stuff. Come on. Like, and she probably has kids. That's probably the thing of it about. Like you probably had kids around the same age because you're 37. So what is going on here? Couldn't wait till they were grown.
Mhm.
Problems. Anyway, let's go. Let's see here. Where am I at?
What we got for sports? We got more local national news.
Yeah, well, this actually goes right into sports, so this works out just as good because it talks about the same thing I've been talking about, and I actually think it's not just in sports itself. I just think gambling as a whole is a big deal. I think it's taken over a lot of people's deal. Like I think that it became such a big habit or addiction, I guess. It's saying on here this has become a bigger pastime than people going to movies, arts, museums, and music combined. Pastime, gambling. That's just crazy, man. Crazy.
I think
it's high in the high school and college.
Yeah, they said that the target is 18 to 24.
Yeah, but these kids in high school are already doing it. They're already gambling on these things.
Do you think it's, how can I say this, a way to them thinking that they need, like, you know how the economy is and how everything is, price is high, is a way for them thinking that, because they're all about fast money. I always tell people this generation is about fast money, right? They're not about long-term money, you know? So is there a way, because they think everything's expensive and all this stuff, that they think they can make this money as quick as possible because they hear stories of someone hit a 10 parlay and he just won 1.5 million, right? Off $10, you know? And I think it's a way for people to think that they can make some quick money, right? Instead of running some scheme of like checks or whatever, like they did, you know, people did back in the day when we were younger, right? Like we were like, let's run a check scheme or whatever, right? I'm not saying I did it because I didn't. I hope we know that, internet. But I'm just saying. I know people did. But like there's a way for them to make some quick money, right? And they target them, right? In sports, because there's like, oh, you can make more engaged in sports. But that's also the other part is accessibility.
That was my thing. I think the way that is the way you can just gamble at a touch of your phone, just boom, 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 and the way now your money can move from your bank the same way. Oh, it's way easier for you to lose all your money real quick because you're just. Whereas opposed to you having to go to a whatever bank or something and then actually go in to physically gamble, you're still gonna do that, but you're less to get up and go do that often as it is just to be sitting there, you know, boom, in the middle of the night, just boom, gamble.
Or you gotta go to a location, right? Like that's what they're saying. That's what people are saying, that like Vegas is down, right? And at the end of the day, those casinos don't care because it's their apps that make their money through gambling, right? So they don't care. You don't come to Vegas, cool. I'm cool with it. We're still making our money off our gambling, right? Our app. And I tell people, like, for me, that's like, I don't download the apps because of one of those reasons. It's like, I don't want to be, you know, 6 months down the road, I'm like gambling on donkey races in China, like at 3 a.m. You know.
Remember, Big Mo said that. Like, he was like, "What can I bet on?" Like, there's people betting on just. Oh, you brought it up too. Like, just betting on random stuff. Like, hey, is the oil prices going to change tomorrow? I don't know. Boom. Oh, change.
But I think but there's two things you talk about, right? So there's your traditional gambling, and then there's that poly market, right? Poly market's messed up because one, it's not really monitored. It's a little bit, right? So you're talking about that, you know, that guy. I don't know if you guys talk about the guy who Trump's teleprompter guy, you know, who betted on Trump's speech. So he's the one who does the teleprompter, right? And he's the one who gets the last look at his speech before he puts it on. And so he put it on the poly market. He betted on how long the speech would be and the term, like words that he would say in the speech. and it was only he only ended up making like 100,000, right?
Yeah.
Well, now he got caught for doing that by the FTC or
Uh-huh.
whatever, and now he got like suspended. Like now that he's on leave from the administration, like all this stuff. So the
Ooh.
problem with Polymarket is very manipulative, right? Like I can put a bet up there and
Well,
say
yeah.
I'm gonna
Run on the
I
field.
don't know, yeah, run on the field, and then
Yeah.
I'm gonna bet on it. Now I got to control that, right? Same with like oil prices or whatever, or we're gonna capture that guy who did it with the Venezuela president when we went to go capture him. He was part of the SEAL team that would to go capture him, so he knew the exact day it was going to happen.
Mm.
So like everyone can get this insight. I think the traditional gambling, which we're used to, it's all about accessibility and stuff like that, right? The idea of going to Vegas, and that's one of the reasons why you went to Vegas, right? Like, oh, we're gonna go gamble. Like, we go to March Madness, right? I tell
Yep.
people like I do that weekend, right? Or anything else is like, but I really think it's accessibility, and I think the problem is like kids right now don't value money as much is because it's digital.
Yep.
They don't see it in their hands. They don't touch it. They don't do anything. So it goes, like you said, it goes from one bank account to another bank account, and there was no physical touch of losing. Like I give you a 20, damn, I just lost a 20, right? Like physically lost my
Yeah.
20 in my
Yep.
hand. Now it's like it's all digital. So you don't see it, you don't feel it, you don't notice it. Next thing you know, you're waking up and you're like, damn, negative $5,000 in my bank account. Dang, where did
where'd
it go? Yeah, where'd it go? So and I think the problem is also getting into sports, right? Like people are trying to say it makes it more exciting, but I think it's also
makes
you're
it.
not.
It
you're
also
losing the
makes it more
passion.
dangerous
Correct.
because people are a lot more passionate in ways than before than they were, and their fuses aren't as long as they were, right? Because
But
now, as I'm watching it, just as an avid fan, and yeah, I want them to win, but now I also got $20 on the parlay here, and I got this dude on my FanDuel. I got these players to play, and then I also got my fantasy league. So
Yeah.
like now I got all these things going on all at once, and I understand. Like I gamble, like I just said, I do some FanDuel and I do fantasy football. I would tell you this: when FanDuel first came out, I did gamble on that bad boy quite a bit. I was on there to the point where I was like, "This is stupid." But it was to the point like, oh yeah, I won. I got that's how it works. Like you get you some wins, boom, boom, boom. I know how it evens out. And I was like, nah, yeah. And then I look back, I was like, dang, I wasted a lot of money on this shit. So this whole last year, no FanDuel. All I did was fantasy football. I kept the same. And matter of fact, if I go in there right now, it's probably the same $10 sitting in my FanDuel account that I still haven't used that I put in there from Vegas because I couldn't use the Vegas. Once we came out of Vegas, I couldn't use my money, so I had to transfer it out. That was so bad. I was like, dang, let me at least use my money. So I was like, I got to transfer it out. So it's the same $10 sitting in there, but I can see it, man. I just think it's a bad deal because a lot of these kids look at it almost sometimes like video games, right?
Mhm.
Like that the sounds of the games that you hear the thing ding 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 are the same sounds you hear when you're playing all these different games on your phone ding ding ding. So it's all trying to keep you going into something where you're consistently either paying to play a game that pay to get the credits so you can keep going. You're gonna pay to do it because you're addicted, right?
Mhm.
But I don't do that. I'm like, why are you paying for the game? Just start over and do a different game. Like, why you keep paying for why pay for that? Ain't that cool of a game? Because you're not paying against anybody in particular. So it's not like you're beating anybody. You're just beating
Yeah.
levels, right?
Yeah.
So them game people are really smart. They're making money off of that, and y'all just keep buying the more stuff. And they're like, oh, they're gonna buy more credits. Cool. Like y'all just get the app for free.
Yeah.
Take the app for free and buy these credits.
No, how they design it now, like you said, it's part of the slot machine, right?
Yeah.
Right? Like you said, there's a meter on there, there's sound, there's all
Mhm.
this stuff. And the number one bet, which people don't understand, is parlays. It's not straight up bets. You don't see like very few, like a lot of people are doing parlays. They want to do
Yeah.
like a 5 set parlay or a 7 or 8 parlay where like, oh, I only got to spend $5-10 and look at somebody win 50,000.
Yeah. But then they go
But
do that.
But the other part is that like I don't think you become true fans anymore. You take away like that's what people say about fantasy football, right? Like people are not really like fans of
Yeah.
that football, right? Like for me, I have my rule: I never bet on my team, right? So like I'm like, bro, I'm never bet on my team. But it's like, or my players I like. But people don't like. They might be a Seahawks fan, but they got all their money on the Packers, and the Packers are playing the Seahawks. Now you want the Packers fan to win because you got the money on them,
Yep.
but you're a Seahawks fan. That's crazy. Like, what I'm saying? Like, so I think you lose some of that. And players are complaining about it now. Professional players are complaining like how much crap they get from people because they said, "Oh, you cost me, you cost me $100."
Hey man, why you
whatever.
dropped that ball? You had a touchdown.
Yeah.
Or you get mad at the linemen for holding. Man, that was a touchdown. Why you took my touchdown?
The only one I fault are the ones that, at least in football, are the ones that have a breakaway run and they're like literally at the 1 yard line and they stop. No, they stop because they're ahead. They run a timeout. That's BS. I give them that. That's the only one I say.
Or sometimes they know the spread.
Yeah, I said, no, bro, don't stop. Go in. What do you mean stop it, bro? I need that extra touchdown.
No, man, we know the spread. We know the spread. I'm getting paid. You got to get out of here. So I got to do this.
I feel like some teams do. I ain't gonna lie. So
That's a conspiracy among sports. It's like sometimes they think that they know the spreads. Once again, I'm trying to figure out who gets to decide the spread. Who that person is, or AI? I don't know, but
no, it's a person. It has to be a person who's part of AI, and he's a math genius. And
it doesn't change out. And then why don't we know his name?
No, because he said
tell him because somebody did he get a hold of him?
They tell everyone
he gets a hold of him or something.
Yeah, he tells everyone.
The mad scientist of the
Yeah, he tells everyone he's a custodian at Caesars. Really, he goes in there with a custodian. He goes in the back room and does his thing. Comes back with his mop.
He's like, when do I need to know these numbers by? And how does he get the? First of all, I don't even know if he could be a she. But how do they get the spread for everything so fast?
He's working 24/7, man.
Yeah, no, he ain't. They know the AI been doing this for years.
You know, the World Cup final, they said that they betted so much money was a part of the finals of World Cup. I think it was 10 Super Bowls worth of bets.
Dang.
Yeah.
And the house.
Isn't that crazy?
And the house won.
Isn't that crazy? 10 Super Bowl worth, and like you're talking about how much money that was going in there. They said it was so much money. They said even for the World Cup, it smashed what March Madness does. Because March Madness is usually the highest betting event. They said World Cup killed.
Not bad. Well, I mean, it's the World Cup, so everybody from the world, like everybody in the world, ain't March Madness.
Yeah, but damn, it was crazy. That's think how much money it is when you talk about gambling. How much money goes into that?
That's just more money than I got. I didn't even gamble, so therefore, hopefully, a lot of people won. Hopefully, y'all good. But that's also the thing, man. Like it's a you win, you lose a lot. You win, you lose a lot. You win.
I'm not here to put my players on blast because they're athletes and their cars are athletes, but someone will just be betting left and right. We had to have a talk about it, right? Because they'd be jumping right the second we get done with practice, they're in the locker room right away, making bets or checking their bets. Yep, right away. Oh, coach, I'm gonna hit my parlay. I said, fellas, we need to have a talk.
That's what I mean. That's what these high school kids was telling me. I said, don't tell me this. Well, it's my dad signed me up. I was like, your dad did not sign you up for this. Get out of here.
Yeah, bro, but it's bad.
For good betting.
It's bad. And some people have like their friends who can't bet on it right away, send them stuff and so send them money. I have one guy who told me, he's like, oh, my buddy lives in the state, he can't make bets, so he just sends me the money and tells me what bets to make.
Yeah, man, it's an addiction. It is crazy, especially among these high school and college kids. Like they literally are using all their money to do this.
I think,
I'm not even talking like going to casinos. I'm not talking about playing on the slots. These are just sitting at home on their phone or computer, placing bets all day. They think that it's gonna be like the stock market, like they can make enough money doing this, like stock market.
Like I tell people, man, Vegas wasn't built for winners.
Yeah, neither was the stock market.
Yeah.
Shoot. The one thing I do know about the stock market is that thing failed a bunch of times, but the people that own them stocks ain't fail. That's the one thing I do know. They still making the money.
So how do you let's move on to how do you feel about the big decision of LeBron moving the guy into Philly?
I would like to say I had told you guys this about 3 weeks back that once that trade was made, that's more likely the place that LeBron was going to go. I think it was a good fit. I think it's going to be a good fit for him. And well, what shocked me was that I saw the 2 year. He signed a 2 year deal. I was like, dang, okay. I was expecting just a 1 year, but now you
Yeah.
saying you about to play 26 years
So
in the
I
NBA.
you think it's a Bruce move? Bruce is going to his younger son is going to Philadelphia.
Bryce,
Bryce.
Bryce, yeah, but I said that. I said that 2 years puts you at Bryce getting ready to come into the draft. So you would be the first dad to possibly have both your kids play with you in the NBA.
I mean, he
That
only signed
is
for $8 million.
that's
I think that's the league minimum.
th- that's nothing. If somebody posted like he makes 1 million more than Bronny, I mean, that you know how much money he about to make just showing up in the Philly,
I'm sure he has
just showing up in
merchandise
the
deal.
Philly. Yeah,
I'm sure he has a merchandise.
just showing up in the Philly. He already just that market just exploded. Already exploded. They already exploded for $1 billion already. And
On
who did they
season
get for their
tickets.
GM? Did they bring in what's his name?
No, so the executive guy is
They
Bob
got
Myers.
rid of. They got. Oh, that's what they brought in. They brought in Bob Myers. They got rid of
Well,
what's his name.
Bob Myers been there for a couple years because he's part of the ownership group.
I know,
And
but he
so
was
he's,
just a consultant. But then they got rid of the dude that
yeah,
Harden had.
Mooney.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they also have the the guy who was like the assistant GM at the Cavs when LeBron was there, his second stunt when they won the championship, I believe, is at
Okay.
Philly too.
Okay.
Also,
Clutch.
coincidentally, he's friends with they played against each other in high school basketball too.
Braun.
So, yeah, brought in the guy, so they were very competitive and like played whatever. Fletcher made that move, obviously, and they
Yep.
also brought in KCP just today or
Oh,
yesterday.
they did.
Yeah, they just signed him to a 1 year, $4 million deal.
Where's he been at?
He was where he was. I forget who he was.
Where's he been at?
Yeah, so
All
they
right.
signed him
Okay.
because he was with him at the Lakers, and then he was.
Yep.
I think he might have just been at Cavs right now, actually.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so they signed him.
Clutch was a big play on that. Clutch with you got the coach Nick Nurse is Clutch. Then you got Tyrese Maxey Clutch.
Oh.
You know what? I was just thinking about this. I was like, man, Braun and his boys, they did it right. They set the industry up right. Like you had the guy that got y'all there, and then y'all all did your job like you're supposed to. Because he said, I ain't taking y'all everywhere. Y'all got to learn how to do something. And him started that Clutch, and then having them be able to make moves within the league and in the industry based on the business, and on the back end, you're still getting paid off of it. Shit.
Do you
Man.
think him? What's his name? Rich Paul, right? Rich
Yeah.
Paul is being too much out there, right? So like he's been talking on his podcast. He's been out there. He just came out again, talked a lot about the process of LeBron. They said like, oh, he didn't make a decision until like 1 a.m. before Philly, like They kept saying it. So like he's almost doing way too much talking and a lot in the spotlight for a sports agent.
But you
Or you think
you got to understand now they're trying to expand their brand, right?
so? You're saying he's a brand?
He's got clothing line now on the Clutch, and then they also not only just do sports, they do music, they do something else as well. Like they're trying to broaden that out. So that's why he's all over the media, I think.
Do you think he's doing that because his cash cow is going out the door here pretty soon, as an AKA LeBron? Like he's trying to get his brand out.
Well, yeah, you gotta still be because now the moves you're kind of making were movement with Braun in certain spots, right? You got some top players because you went out and got some top players. I believe once Braun retires, they're gonna get even better players. I mean, they're gonna be growing even bigger because now he can be more involved as a consultant and more of a hands-on. Like, hey, we can get this guy. I can go talk to this dude in high school right now, or junior high or wherever they're at these days, and be like, hey, I already got you. I can sign you right now in the Clutch. Oh, all right, Braun, cool. Done.
So you think Jaylen Brown is now going to be a little not happy about it, even though they say he made a pitch with Maxey with them.
I think you know
Embiid?
what? I think it'll work out. Once again, you're gonna need somebody to control the ball and not be always one of them, the guards bringing it up. And LeBron's gonna be a good fit for that because that's what Tobias is not. Or what, even though Tobias was there at one point, but then he went over to Detroit, but he was not that particular person that could do that. And,
So
LeBron can bring you LeBron can easily give you 25, 8, and 8 any night, but he
Mhm.
also can give you 15, 8, and 8 too. Like he doesn't need to score right now. Like he'd rather save himself
Or not play.
or
You
not.
know what I mean, bro? Who's gonna get hurt?
I
Bob's gonna
mean,
get hurt.
he makes, but you know what? He wants to get that chemistry. So I can't see him sitting out to start. Now, will he take some times off during the season as the season goes? I can see it, but I think they're going to want to build that chemistry at the beginning. I can't see him sitting out and then starting coming in the mid season. Now, Embiid, I can see starting coming in mid season.
Do you think that puts him at the front runner for the East?
For the East,
Talk about
it is not going to
Come
be
on.
New York. Now, come on, New York got lucky. They got lucky this last year on a lot of circumstances. A lot of stuff had to go their way, and that's usually how it works, right?
Yeah, championship's all about luck.
Yeah, you got to have some good.
Health
You got to have some
injuries.
luck, and you got to play some good. You got to play some good games.
And
Like in
matchups.
that San Antonio series, could have easily been 3-1 San Antonio.
Yeah.
But minor mistakes, young mistakes that were made, it turned the series around. Now I'm happy for New York. Now I got to hear Stephen A. talk about they need one. Now you can probably talk about we need two. Now we got to go back to back, but it ain't gonna happen. Even though they're gonna have New York picked to be the favorite, they didn't make any kind of moves. They lost Robinson. That's gonna be big because Cat's not gonna be in the state to be that dude the whole time. So I see it being, and I don't know where Boston's gonna be at. Cleveland will still be up there, but it's just so much firepower on Philly, and they play deep.
Harden didn't even sign, did he?
Well, he hadn't signed yet because he was thinking LeBron was going to come, so he opted out to see. So he was going to say, "Hey, I'll take this if he's going to come here." But now he's probably going to sign for his whatever he can get.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say Harden didn't sign yet. Okay.
Yeah, no, because he was waiting for LeBron to make a decision.
So you think Draymond Green is all butthurt because he said he didn't opt into his thing and out, and now he's opted out, thinking that LeBron's gonna come, make money move, and then
They're gonna resign him. He just won't get what he won't.
Mhm.
They got to get some other people. They don't have anybody there. They need some younger people.
You don't think Green's gonna go to Philly?
So he could go to Philly. Yeah, clutch. Yep. And then move, and then he can. Then they really got a D squad. Like,
So do you default LeBron for just ending his career or 100% chasing? Do you think it's more of a competitive move? I thought it was. Here's the thing I told people. I said Philly was the most basketball logistic move, right? Like you're talking about like a team that's set up to be good and stuff like that. I didn't think Miami was going to work because as much as
too
you're
many
talking about
moves.
Bam,
I mean, too many.
yeah, that paint's
forwards.
clogged up.
Yeah.
Man. Like paint. I'm
I'm
like,
gonna
you
be
have no one
interested to
else.
see how they even work. Bam and
Giannis.
Giannis, yeah.
Yeah, I personally don't see that working, but I could be wrong, right?
Yeah.
But then the Cavs is like, okay, you really don't have no one. Like Mitchell's a second, third tier guy. Harden is a second. There's no go-to guy, so LeBron can't be a go-to guy.
Well,
So
I knew he wasn't going to Cleveland, because now you put LeBron in for Wade that left and went to where he's at, Philly. Wade left them and went to Philly, so LeBron would have been the 3. So it would have been him with Harden, and then they got Mitchell, right? And then you have the 2 bigs, but then you're stuck still, right? You're still not really on the best defensive squad. And then you're still stuck doing more defense than you want to, and then you probably got to score more than you want to because some games, some people don't show up.
Yeah.
But I think my main thing was once I knew he wasn't going to Cleveland because Harden was still there. He don't want to play with Harden. Like he's like, I already played with Luka. Luka didn't play D, and Luka still got me a triple-double a game. Like you ain't gonna give me a triple-double a game anymore,
Yeah.
and you don't play D. Like he was getting cooked up. Like so, we'll see, man. It's gonna be. It was a good offseason. A lot of stuff happened this offseason, so a lot of changes. So it's gonna be good. Hopefully, there's more parity in the NBA coming into this next season, which is a good thing for the NBA. So we'll see what happens.
The shift the East has made a shift now. It seems like.
Yeah. But like everything, the West ain't going nowhere. The West is always going to be in some kind of hunt for something. And I don't think the Blazers are done yet. I think the Blazers are going to make some moves. They're just trying to figure out what's going on with them themselves, and that's probably going to be on our next show to talk about because we may not even have a basketball team. a
At
men's
this rate,
basketball team. Yeah, we may not even have one, but by the time we get back on here, we may not even have a team. He may be going somewhere else. So hopefully we can get that stuff figured out. I just don't believe that if you're not going to offer the city some kind of something, tax break or something to the city, I don't see why they should be paying that money and you're not getting anything out of it. I'm not paying. Am I owning part of the building as a
so you
city?
think? So are you part of? So you're on the side of the owner? City
No,
owns. So the city owns the facility.
that's what I'm saying. So the city owns that.
Yeah, they got it. They got it. So Paul Allen donated. Don't kind of he sold it to the city for $1. You know, so
Okay.
it's the same problem. It's the same problem that the Sonics ran into when it was Key Arena. They were supposed to fed up money for
Yep.
the remodel, and they decide not to. And the owner goes, "All right, well, we're going to Oklahoma City."
Well, ooh. Well, in that case, now I'm looking at it. Then, if he gave it to him for $1, like a yacht, at least put something back into it.
But they are. They put in $450 million.
Oh, well, then if you're adding money to it, then you can, man. That's my thing. Is that's how the rich stay rich? I understand that you got to be cheap. That's how you stay rich. But come on, man, you just bought a team. Like we didn't just buy no team. You own 2 teams. You just won a Stanley Cup too, by the way. So that probably doubled up your profits. So you don't won money already. Now I understand your way of doing things is crazy, and you won. So it may work with the Blazers. It may work. But you done came in and you done put a bad taste in the city's mouth right off the bat. Like you literally just came in and said, I give 2 Fs to all y'all. And I don't care because I don't even live here. I just own the team. That's pretty much what he said. I don't even live here. I just own the team. I don't care. I can move them. like, you know what? I can just move them. That's what I'll do. I'll just move them.
They definitely
So,
get booed when it comes into the arena. I'll tell you that.
Man, so I don't know. But yeah. That's what's going on in the sports world and stuff. We'll see if we still have a team. Before we get out of here, though, HD, you got anybody you want to cut for this week?
so,
by the way, before this is said, I got to do this.
So you know how we're going. We're going on a trip, right? And so it was a process about going on this trip, right? So we're like, okay, we had different locations. We're talking about where places we haven't been, and then we came up with a couple names, a couple cities, a couple locations. Obviously, you and Big Mo kind of discussed what we're doing, but the biggest thing on my list was I wanted to go to Hawaii.
No,
I've never been to Hawaii.
Now, before you finish, I did get asked to ask you if you wanted to go to Hawaii.
When?
Next April.
Yeah, see, let's not say that. Okay? We all know next April could be something else. But I'm like, okay. Here's the thing. I haven't been to Hawaii. I was supposed to go one time, but I had to cancel for some family emergency, so I didn't go. I was like, all right, let's go some guys trip. Let's go Hawaii. People are telling me like, okay, you guys should go. This is the island you should go to. And it was about 5-6 days. It was a perfect time. Then from one of these listeners. Her name starts with a J, ends with a Jenny. Goes, nope, you guys can't go there. And she's basically saying it's not for you guys. You're saving it for April. Blah 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 blah. I have a hard time with that one, and I get it. You guys want to go to April? I'm cool. We'll go to April. I'm good with it. But I feel like it's a different vibe going with some fellas going to Hawaii, experience it on the first time. Blah 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 blah. April, you don't know what I'm going to do. I might be coaching. I might be road tripping. I don't know, right? But August, perfect. You never know. So I have to cut her because she changed up her whole plan. And now I'm going to Nashville and the Bahamas, which I'm not mad at. But Hawaii was about better.
2 for 1.
It was. Yeah, because I had to think about it and recreate it.
Yeah,
the whole idea was to go Hawaii.
That was a great last recreation right there, by the way.
Yeah. But that was like, okay,
recreation.
We had to pivot and I want to go Hawaii. And everyone thinks, so Jenny, I have to cut you. I apologize, but you cut. I mean, that was a harsh one. You messed up my vacation. Missed a vacation.
I'm about to get cut.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if you're gonna make the trip, my man. There goes the Wi-Fi package.
No, she said it was your idea, wasn't it? I was like, well, he had never been there, so I brought it up. Well, who brought up Nashville? I said, well, we had never been there, so I brought it up. Why are you bringing up the places I want to go? I said, well, we had never been there, so that's like we were eventually going to go to Vancouver, but the cost was just way too much, which is crazy because it's just literally right up. It seems like it's just right up the street.
Let's be real. Let's talk about that. We could go do it, but Big Mo has this problem of driving in a car, and he won't ride in a car. And we could keep it simple, go in the car, make it happen. But Big Mo, you know how he is. He's a little posh. He's a little bougie. And so he can't get in a car with us and chill for 5 hours. And so it would cost sufficiently. But Big Mo wants to go first class. He wants to do a 45-minute flight for an hour, whatever it is.
Is he first class on the flight, by the way? He didn't say
probably. He is. He doesn't sit by us.
I don't even know where I'm at. I think I'm in the back of the plane.
Us peasants. You know what I'm saying?
I think I'm in the last person. I think I'm in the last spot by the toilets.
We're gonna be walking by, seeing Big Mo sipping on some champagne. He's like, "What's up, fellas?"
No, I'm gonna take it out of his hand.
Yeah.
I'll be like, "You get another free one. Give me that."
Yeah.
You get unlimited drinks up here.
Yeah. Give it back to Road 32. Kick it back to them.
Can you smell my drinks back there to them? That'd be nice. That'd be nice, Big Mo. By the way, Big Mo is not here because Big Mo is on another trip. This dude is always on trips. Trips. So
he owes me.
Next Sunday. Oh, I'll be gone this next Sunday. So we'll probably be on Monday. Monday is the next show. I get back on Sunday. I don't think I'll be doing this show on Sunday because I'll be driving. So we'll see how it goes. But until then, I ain't got nobody to cut. I ain't got nobody to cut this week. I don't think.
Don't worry, man. I cut it for both of us. Don't worry. Go ahead.
I ain't got nobody to cut this week. I don't think. Let's see here. Nah, I don't have anybody to cut. Yeah. So, and on that note, I want to appreciate you guys for listening. Like I said, I'll probably be back on next Monday. I ain't gonna guarantee you guys on Sunday because it's gonna be a long one.
Okay. It's the cast that got you listening.
Wrong one. That's why I don't be doing this stuff.
Hey, we want to thank y'all for listening tonight. Please subscribe and share if you fell in the vibe. Hope our topic of discussion got you thinking right. We do this for y'all every Sunday night.
All right, y'all.